Coming up on today's race room, we've got Marc Marquez's nose job, we've got a special guest, and we've got kissing squirrels. Let's get on with the show. It's a special race room today. In the lead up to Christmas, I'm going to have some special guest presenters. Our first is sports car driver Alex Brundle. Welcome to the sofa and welcome to being my first guest presenter.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure it's going to be exciting.
We've got a few things in store, a few kissing squirrels along the way. We have also got a guest on the show. Yes, a special guest in our green room. It's Ollie Millroy, another sports car driver. We're going to be talking to him later and finding out whether he prefers boobs or bums. So, first things first though, here's your news. So the biggest news at the moment is that Race of Champions has been cancelled out in Bangkok in Thailand. It's because there's unrest on the streets. The people of Thailand are protesting about their Prime Minister, Yingluck Shinawatra. They want her to step down, but she won't. So the protests are continuing, which means it is unsafe for Race of Champions to take place. Romain Grosjean obviously won last year in 2012. There will be no winner for 2013, but hopefully they can rearrange for another date in 2014. Now on Sunday night, it was the Autosport Awards. We are going to have an awesome edit of the awards ceremony for you up on pole position, but we thought we'd give you a quick rundown on who won what. Sebastian Vettel won the Best International Driver. No prizes for getting that one right. Obviously the fourth consecutive time that he's won the World Championship. The Best British Driver went to Lewis Hamilton. He couldn't be there though, so he sent an acceptance speech even. And then the Best Rally Driver was Sebastian Ogier, and he obviously took the award, but then Julian Ingrassia went up onto the stage to say a few words as well. The Best Rally Car people thought might have been the Volkswagen, but no, it was the Peugeot 208 T16 that Sebastian Loeb drove up at Pikes Peak earlier this year. And a lovely award, the Gregor Grant Award, went to Niki Lauda. So a great lifetime achievement for him, and that was Autosport Awards. Marc Marquez, meanwhile, has undergone nasal surgery to correct a deviated septum in his nose to make sure that he can breathe better. So a week off, inactive week for him, and then I'm sure he'll be back on the bike. Then, more importantly, the World Endurance Championships in Bahrain were going on at the weekend. Alex, talk us through what happened. Toyota won LMP1 and then LMP2.
LMP2, we finished second in the Oak Racing 24, narrowly beaten by G-Drive, who you see on the overall podium. So many LMP1s dropped out of the race there. LMP2 winners managed to get on the overall podium. Got off to an awful start, to be honest. Yep, were fifth after the first lap, then managed to pound away for 6 hours, moved on through to second place after Picon had a big off with a brake failure for Pierre Caffer. And there we go, second in the race, second in the championship as well, so first loser all round, but a pretty good year for us.
That's awesome, a brilliant way to end the year. And that is your news. At Grand Prix Dari in London, Pastor Maldonado arrives for the Autosport Awards. I love this, a classic Pastor Maldonado move here. Car on its roof.
Look, I think Pastor Maldonado might do a better job than people think at Lotus.
That's punchy.
Or jump on the bandwagon, jump on paid driver, but Lotus have to stay afloat, and I think he's done a reasonable job at Williams, even if he did fall out with them in the end.
And a few crashes along the way.
A few crashes, but everybody said the same thing about Romain Grosjean, and he's performing now. So I think it's just about getting the chemistry right, and I think Eric Boulier might have a way of calming drivers down.
Well, as long as he doesn't pull into the pits like that, I think they're heading in the right direction. Next tweet. At 2:56, and or DM me temp to send, ... you need cheering up, let me know, low toe, kiss, kiss, kiss. Tony Carroll, thank you so much for sending me this sweet picture of squirrels kissing.
What does this have any relationship to that? Sorry, you told me I was coming on a motorsport show. What is this?
These are some lovely squirrels. I have hurt my wrist, and it was a get well card from Tony Carroll.
Write the card back.
I will. Thank you very much. Next tweet. At Silverstone UK, ever get that feeling that you're being watched? ... Do I ever feel like I'm being watched? Not here, but this is pretty scary. Why have they got them all lined up?
That is slightly creepy, isn't it? It looks like the door might be over here as well. So you kind of have to walk past a hall of fame of MotoGP
Everyone's
riders.
checking you out. And I like how Marc Marquez right at the back. Look at tiny Danny Pedrosa. He is so tiny.
I like how they're one scale as well. They haven't even bothered to make the small ones bigger and the big ones smaller.
Oh, they're tiny. Next tweet.
At Grand Prix Diary, looks like Adrian Newey has pushed the 2014 regulations to the limit with the RB10...
Now this looks pretty slick.
This is from GT6, which I'm excited about, and I'm going to be locking myself in my room for about 4 weeks as soon as it comes
Sounds
out.
worrying.
I'm such a nerd, aren't I?
That's good. That's what we like here at Proposition.
But
could this be the RB10?
no, it's yeah, but it does look like it's done. But it's got a fan underneath. Oh, I'm such a geek. It's got a fan underneath as well, which sucks it to the floor in slow corners, and it's all imaginary and none of it exists. So let's not get that excited.
Well, that's ruined my day.
Yeah.
Next tweet, please.
At Danny_McCaskill, I was pleased to have a nice wee fireball to warm my bare ass the other night...
This looks pretty toasty.
Nitro Circus.
That is something else. Check out the fire. Woo! He must have singed a few leg hairs.
The man is in a kilt, and you've got to wonder what the crowd that is sitting this side of the camera can see.
Yeah, they paid extra special prices to get that one. Oh my goodness, good on you, mate, to do a flip and then have the fire up your Watsons. And that's your tweets. It's time for the fast fact, which this week is the big interview with Ollie Millroy. Right in the middle, you're fitting quite snugly in there.
Yeah, it's nice and snug, isn't it? Yeah.
Now, you guys met at our karting day back in September.
We did. We had tremendous fun, so thank you so much for that.
And we got very wet.
We did get quite wet.
You didn't organise the weather.
I got even wetter than him.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. I had a two-piece wetsuit.
It was so bad.
I didn't look. Us men didn't wear wetsuits.
You didn't wear a wetsuit?
No, didn't wear a wetsuit.
Separated the men from the
Just
boys
get on
there.
with it.
Must be a GT driver.
Yeah.
A little bit awkward. So welcome to Pole Position. I wanted to explain to everybody at home, to me, maybe a bit to Alex, about how your year's been with Ecurie Cost.
It's been good. Yeah, we've done a lot of travelling.
As you
we've
do.
been, yeah. We've been obviously all of my stuff this year has been abroad, apart from Silverstone, which was very wet.
A lot of travelling. When did you last go to Japan, Shanghai and Bahrain?
Oh yeah, whatever.
don't whinge too much, fella.
I was out in Azerbaijan at the weekend. Have you been there? Have you been there?
All right.
That was an experience.
Travelling based banter all day long.
Talk us through racing at Silverstone, because both of you boys raced there. So what's it like in front of your home crowd?
Wet.
It was wet. Well, sort of wet, wasn't it? They kind of had a bit of a go at wet, and then we decided it didn't.
That was quite nice this year, yeah?
Yeah, that was my stint as well.
Was it?
Yeah. So.
Do they
I
put
spent
you in
quite
when it's wet as well? I'm known as Mr. Rain. In racing.
Yeah, it's. I always seem to be out in the rain, but then I love racing in the rain. So
break this down for me. Can you say that actually I prefer to drive in the wet?
Short of being some sort of kind of automobile sport based deity, you can't generally choose when it rains and when it doesn't.
No,
so if you're in the car and it rains, that's pretty much your lot generally.
And then you can say, can you come in because I'm better in the wet than you?
I'm trying to, if you have an amateur driver in your setup.
You try and be a bit nicer than that. You don't say I'm better in the wet than you.
But you would know.
Can you get out the car?
Please exit the vehicle.
To be honest, my teammates generally want me to do the wet driving anyway.
Okay.
You know, because obviously they feel more comfortable in the dry. Personally, I feel more comfortable in the wet. I love driving in the wet. I did in karting and everything, so.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it works well with me. And the BMW is very good in the rain as well.
And so the BMW next year, will we see you still with Ecurie Cost?
I don't know. I don't know.
We have a world exclusive. Where are you going?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. Yeah, I'd love to race with those guys again.
Will
I
we
know
see
that
you
they're
at
keen.
Sauber or Falcon?
Yeah. No.
You're not having any discussions?
Are you going there?
Yeah.
Are you? Are you?
This is it. World exclusive. Brundle goes from endurance racing to Sauber.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that definitely won't be happening. I'll be in a sports car of some sort. We're also looking at prototypes as well.
Okay.
So there's a chance I may be in
What, looking at them
LMP2
as they pass you?
Yeah, thanks very much. Yeah.
So Alex, you were
Looking
saying
much easier to
you
get
want to know
across.
more about where GT's heading. Where is GT heading?
Where is GT heading?
Where is it heading?
I don't know. Well, you're a GT driver. I'm asking you. Upwards or round and round in circles?
It's at the moment, it looks like the future of motorsport, full stop. If you look at all the single-seater grids at the moment, they're all reducing, yeah, like mad. Whereas you look at GT3 especially, I think GT2, they're struggling a little bit because the budget's so high for GT2 for the teams to run the cars. But yeah, you look at GT3 and it's the grids are massive. I mean, Blancpain at Spa this year had about 80 cars on the grid.
Whoa.
80 GT3 cars.
But GTE, GT3, GTD. Are
GTC.
Are they ever gonna? It's alphabet soup, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are they ever gonna come to a resolution about what a GT car should look like? And where do you think that should be?
The problem is that all the manufacturers want GTE because there's no balanced performance. So the balanced performance in GT3 levels everything out and GTC in the European Monster Series. So it levels balanced performance, levels everything out. So the manufacturers, the cars are supposedly the same sort of performance. We all know that's not.
There's a nice supposedly.
Yeah, we all know being motorsport, there are a lot of politics involved, but the manufacturers want GTE, which obviously used to be GT2 because there's no balanced performance, so it is purely a battle of the car manufacturers.
So prototypes, where are you headed?
Don't know. I'd like to do, I'd love to do ELMS in an LMP2 car. Prototypes is cool, isn't it? Because with a single-seater background, it's like being back in a single-seater again. When the BMW GT car's got a lot of downforce, so really you drive that like a single seat, massive brake pressures. With flat through Eau Rouge at Spa, with flat through Blanchemont at Spa, which for a GT car, for a car that weighs over a tonne, is pretty awesome. But yeah, with a single seater background, obviously it'd be nice to be in a prototype.
Well, you've mentioned that you like wet over dry, so I thought I'd give you a quick quiz. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
We weren't expecting this. Da, da, da. Okay, Ollie Millroy. Fast or slow?
Fast.
Wet or dry?
Wet.
Manual or automatic?
Manual.
Armageddon or Love Actually?
Armageddon. 100%. It's like the best film in the world.
But it's nearly Christmas.
It's so
Love
good.
Actually.
No, it's just a bit too soppy, isn't it? Armageddon's got a bit of everything. Armageddon's got a bit of everything.
Okay, KFC or Nando's?
Nando's. Best restaurant in the world.
Okay, Rosie Huntington-Whiteley or Jessica Alba?
Jessica Alba.
Very certain on that one.
Bizarre. Anyway, sorry. No, please continue,
Big night out or quiet night in?
Quiet night in. I'm a bit of a boring old man like that. I play golf.
You like your quiet night in with your Nando's?
Yeah, I'd rather early night, Nando's, Armageddon, and then get up and play golf.
If only they did Nando's, delivery.
Yeah, sorted, yeah.
Okay,
should we start it? Should we do it?
This is it.
In a P2
tomorrow. In a P2.
Deliver it in a prototype.
I'll deliver in a...
That'd be awesome.
You can start off doing it in a GT and then I'll do it in a prototype and take the market share. Do continue.
Next one, mountains or beach?
Mountains.
Bit of a skier?
Yeah, skiing, mountain biking, running up mountains.
Lovely.
All that kind of
No
stuff.
lying on the beach for you. Boobs or bums?
Do I have to choose one or the other?
Well, yes.
It's kind of the idea of
Bums, I think. Bums, yeah.
Okay, nice. Converse or Nike?
Converse.
GT.
Although I have got, saying that, I've got some really cool new Nike free run trainers, which I customised.
You've got a new sponsor?
No, why?
Oh, right. Look, I've got some really cool new Nike free run trainers available.
No, they're awesome. They're like
all over the UK now.
Bright blue and fluorescent yellow. They're just awesome.
GT or prototype?
GT.
F1 or WRC?
F1.
Blondes or brunettes?
Blondes.
And finally...
Didn't have much of a choice here, did I?
Pole
You don't have to say it just because she's here.
Exactly. Pole position or podium?
Podium.
Perfect. Ollie Millroy, thank you so much. You've enlightened us about GT. We now know that you like wet over dry. And that was great. Loved it.
Fantastic.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks
Pole position.
Thanks for having me.
So it's that time of the show where we talk about where we are this weekend. I am going to Paris on Friday for the FIA Awards. You're also going to be in Paris this weekend.
I'm also going to be in Paris, but I couldn't possibly be at the same party as you.
No, darling, that would just be too much.
So I'm going to be going to the WEC Awards with the ELMS Awards included. Check, Ollie.
There's a lot of awards going on. It's awards season. So I'm going to have to try and find a dress that matches my cast.
Well, it's also Christmas card season, so I expect a lengthy
Look at
handwritten
this.
Christmas card from you.
Well, it might look something like this. We had our first Christmas card here at Pole Position. It's from F1 in Pubs. I love that. Multi 21, Santa let Seb through. No team orders when Father Christmas is involved. Thank you very much, F1 in Pubs. And thank you very much, Alex Brundle, for coming to join me on the sofa.
It's quite a lot. I quite enjoyed it.
Oh, only quite. We'll work hard on that.
No, it's been okay.
Oh, good.
It's been average to good overall. I'd give it a 6.
Well, we might invite him back. Next week, we've got Chris Diamond on the sofa. He's going to be joining me as our guest presenter. But in the meantime, comment below, tell us what you think of everything on Pole Position, and we'll do our best to write back to you. We will see you next week. Bye.
Mick Doohan or Casey Stoner?
Mick Doohan.
Boobs or bums? And he just sits straight in here. There is no. What else is going to be heading in there?